Hey y'all, let me pull the chat up so I can see y'all. Oh, come on. We're getting a lot of rain. We have a flood warning. Everything. Of course, my picture's not going to show up. Let me switch it, y'all. Okay. Hey, Eric, love you. Marie, cool gamer. Hey, Life Rewinded. Emily T. Cynthia, Warrior Grandma. Did they chuck the guy who fell asleep? No. No, it was, they got rid of, exonerated. They got rid of a woman who was, they said hey, Ash, had spoken with 3 different people about the case. So that's just sucks. Just catching head. I've been so busy. So that would just, they pulled her out in front of everybody in the courtroom. They said, for those of y'all that missed it, they said, is there anything you want? You think John Marvin bought those eggs? He's innocent. What? Do you really think that? Listen, y'all, last night I had a hell of a live stream set up because I put in my Facebook group. I'm like, anybody want to go live? Yes, come for me. Do you want a link? I only have an hour, if that, because I will absolutely come for you. There, Starlight. And I forgot that but I had to wait late because I was busy doing stuff, and I forgot Jim was live, so I didn't do it. I'm at the doctor. Okay. Because he's not innocent. Nothing about him is innocent. They failed to convince you. Hung jury. Look, it's either going to be a guilty or a hung jury. But that's a big difference in he's innocent. How are you not convinced? So you think it was the little 5-4 people that came to the murder spot. Okay, they came there and hid out knowing that we'll be able to find guns and ammo, which when we get there. And then when we get there, we'll absolutely, make sure that we use ammo that will be laying around the property, old ammo. Huh. Yeah, that's who did it. Yeah. It had nothing to do with, hey, Charlie. I said, don't come from, I'm sorry, I'm calming down. Look, I'm reeling it in. You're entitled to your opinion. Now, I do think, that the jury, it will be hung or guilty. He's not going to get a not guilty, in my opinion. But it definitely could be a hung jury. And then at the bottom of the ninth, boom, get her, Randy. Right, a hitman would use their own guns. And let's just be completely clear. If it was a drug deal and it was the Southern Mafia, like people want to say, they use their own guns too because they send a message. You won't get booted. He won't. I don't think he'll get. Hey, Winky. I don't think he'll get a not guilty, but it could be a hung jury for sure. But I was amazed at how many people in the Facebook group was like, hell yeah, how do I use StreamYards? And then I erased my post and decided, nah, you don't think they will retry? I actually, Penny B, I do. Because they got their ducks in a row and they're ready to go in straight for the kill. Because right now, what the defense is doing is they're giving them ammo to come in. Right, hitmen have non-traceable guns. They're not going to use one that they find on Moselle. They're going to bring their own that don't have a name attached to it with an unmarked bullet. With a marked bullet, because those bullets are right there. Hey, Cheyenne. I'm sorry. I know I'm missing people, and I've missed you. I'm sorry. A hitman would kill. No, no. Honestly, a hitman would kill his wife and son. They send messages, but they're gonna do it with their own guns. I can argue all day. Motive that no, Paul's son's habits knew it, but okay, his habit was to not go to Moselle that day. How convenient. The first storyline, he was gone. Then, oops, Snapchat video services. Right. I was not there. I was at my mom's Snapchat video. I lied. I was there, but I did not kill those people. Just like you did not in hell, Mr. President. Mm-hmm. Hey, side-eye Kate. No. No, he did it. It has nothing to do with the boat case. Nothing. Because Paul was going to prison for the boat case. And yeah, they probably would have been able to buy his way out a little bit, but he would have definitely paid for the boat case. Has me angry. I want to smack the smug look off Murdaugh's face. His fake shakes. Yeah, me too. A hitman would not go in and kill them both. That's not strategic. He would kill if it. Why would there even be a hitman? We have like freaking canceled checks for drugs. We have no suspects in who would want him dead except vigilantes that may have saw it on Facebook or Twitter and been like, you know who needs killing today? Paul Murdaugh. Guess what? We're going right over to Moselle and we hope they have a gun outside. If not, we'll just break in. No signs, no nothing. Isn't it convenient that those rich people don't have cameras out there? Right. He touched the bodies, no blood on him. Little bit of blood on the steering wheel. That could be explained. That's it. Wet clothes all in the house, but he didn't take a shower. As the two-shooter possibility, there's absolutely not two shooters because there's no tire prints. Yes. Look, I have neighbors that live from here to where the dog kennels were. Every time my neighbor shoots a gun, which is kind of often, don't ask questions, we hear it. Especially, especially those guns. You're spending 50,000 a week on drugs. You're dealing with a dummy dope dealer down the road that's peddling. Look, he was buying his pills from Cousin Eddie. Cousin Eddie would have already came forward and been like, you know what? He owed me money and I did it. There's no shit. Well, it was raining that day, like that night. So, but they got his tennis shoes, which had blood on them. From where she was, Maggie could see Paul on the ground shot. Absolutely. I think it was more 50,000 a month. But look, hi Blondie TD. I think Maggie and Paul found his pills, possibly while he's in the shower. He's furious. They won't give him his pills back, so he goes off the deep end. No, no, no. I disagree. I think um that because he called them there. He called them to come there. He set it up. Um he had this planned out because he wanted to take the first of all, I think he was fed up with the boat case. They wanted what 30 million? Is that right? I think it was 30 million. And so he's pissed off at Paul for he's going to cost him more money that he don't have because he's robbing everybody that hires him. And he set it up. He wanted, in my opinion, he wanted sympathy, and it would have worked. They were going to let it go, and then it came out like, hey, he's the only suspect. There's no more suspects. Notice no one else died. He got shot in the head, but it just grazed him. It didn't even part his hair. Here's Starlight.
Now I'm in my car. Can you hear me?
Yes.
we're gonna fight about it.
For a few minutes, we can't. So, what makes you think he's innocent?
Okay, now I will be fair and say, well, disclaimer. I still haven't got to watch the phone data.
You haven't got to watch what?
Shit. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, my phone rang. I haven't watched the cell phone data, but
Oh, good.
so I'm just not convinced he did it.
Well, look, he did it. Right, Samara. He's guilty of sin. He did it. And the thing is the cell phone data that he erased, a lot of that they had to, pull out of his phone, it
Yeah,
shows, that he was there at Moselle. Do you know that
but
he called
uh-huh.
911 seconds, not 1 minute, less than a minute after he pulled up at the dog kennels, he called 911. What does that tell you?
That he saw two dead bodies and called 911.
Okay, so you pull up in your car, it's dark, it's nighttime, and you can see that two bodies are on the ground. They're dead. He says, and his 911 call, he says, they've been shot badly. They've been
Yeah,
shot
real
badly.
bad. It's real bad.
Yeah. Hey, but that was his first thing. They've been shot badly. And so he was able to tell that from his truck seconds after he got
Headlights.
there.
He had his headlights on. But okay, so where are the guns? They've never produced the guns. Like, dude, here's the thing. He might be guilty. He may very well be guilty. But there's so many unanswered questions and reasonable doubt to where it doesn't make me like if I was a juror, I wouldn't feel comfortable saying he was guilty because of the open questions that were never answered, like the jacket thing. And I heard you say there were wet clothes on the floor. I didn't
Well,
know that.
yeah, his housekeeper found, damp where he had taken a shower. So here's what he did. He killed him. He hosed himself off. Then he went to the house. That's where the blood transfer got on the steering wheel. He goes up to the house, takes a shower, goes to his mom's because they tracked his footsteps. When he went to the house,
Yeah.
the the prosecutor was like, "What was you doing with all these footsteps?" He said, "I was getting ready to go to my mom's." He said, "So was you jogging in place?" I mean, what were
Uh
all these
huh.
footsteps? I'll tell you what those footsteps were. That was him taking a shower, bagging up the murder clothes, getting it's that word on the street. And look, I saw this on one of the big channels. Someone from that town comes in the chat, right? And they're like, word on the street is that those guns are buried with his dad. One of these big ass podcasts are like, word on the
Uh,
street is the guns are buried with his dad, which Okay, so then I'm like, bullshit, nobody's going to be able to do that. Then you find out he's part owner in the funeral home.
No way.
Yes.
I didn't know that. Wow. He was part owner of the funeral home.
Yes.
Okay, so who is the housekeeper? Not Gloria, the
Blanca.
other one,
Blanca.
Blanca. Did was Blanca at the house when it happened?
No.
So when did she leave the house? If because he kept wanting to. If you listen to the jailhouse phone calls, he's always asking for somebody to talk to Blanca. And Blanca needs to find his clothes, or if she remembers if there were clothes in the bathroom. Because I still didn't the defense present kind of a different timeline.
They tried to, but then they whooped out the cell phone data because they at first. Okay, so the defense put out a different timeline at first. Really, Shamat? That's not funny, but what? I doubt that. I don't know. Um, because at first they didn't think they could get the OnStar data.
Uh
So
huh.
they thought they were in the clear because of OnStar. And now they they got all the OnStar data. I mean, look, where he threw the phone, he
Maggie's
slows,
phone.
yeah, he slows down right there in that spot. Boom, through the phone. And do you have an iPhone? Shake it. Your
Yes.
light's not gonna come on.
Ah, that cell phone guy was a little. He's throwing his phone around in his fucking office.
And everybody in America watching this case that has an iPhone has done the same thing. And I'm shaking mine right now. Nothing's coming on.
Hmm.
It does, the backlight doesn't. I'll have to touch my screen. It comes on. I can
Uh-huh.
shake it. I can throw it. I'm not gonna throw my phone, but I'm shaking it hard. Nothing. I'm telling you,
Um.
he may get off, but
Have you ever shot a shotgun?
yes,
You know how heavy they are.
yes,
So how in the world? Now he's a big man. He's a big man.
6'4", over 300 pounds at the time.
But you got to have some kind. Well, I mean, I guess he might have been skilled, but to pick up a shotgun, shoot off those two shots, then pick up an assault rifle and continue, to shoot while she's running away.
But they
I
proved that
don't
she
know.
wasn't running away; she was running
And
towards.
then, if it was seconds later, when would he? The expert guy said that whoever shot them would be injured and have a bunch of blowback all over them. So how was he able to go shower? There's no time.
There was plenty of time because he didn't call 911 until he had already killed them, hosed himself off. Then he goes and takes a shower, changed his clothes, put on his little white t-shirt and his khaki shorts, goes visits his mama, lays on the bed with her, tries to get the maid over there or the caregiver to lie about how long he was there. Then the OnStar footage says he was there 20 minutes, even though he tried to say he was there an hour.
There's just I
How
just have so
about
many questions.
how about his son has him on video 3 minutes before the
I
killing?
know. Well, okay, so that's the thing. What time did he call the cops?
What time did he call the cops, guys?
Wasn't it 9:30?
Oh, so they were killed at what?
That
Oh,
video was taken about 8 o'clock,
I think the video was taken. I thought it was at 8:50,
something like that.
and they estimated them being killed around 8:53, 8:54, and then so the 911 call 10:07, so, or 10:04, 10:07 is what the chat is saying. So,
Okay.
um, literally as much. There is a lot of kickback. There's a hell of a lot of kickback. But listen, when you have shot a shotgun over and over, you don't even get those dots on your arm anymore that you get when you shoot one. And
Right,
uh,
but the pellets from the shotgun blast that come in, the bullet, it expands and it shoots out the little BBs and stuff.
that goes
He,
to the person or the thing you're shooting. That doesn't go on you. What they're talking
right, because it's in
about,
front of you.
yeah. What they're
Unless there was some that hit the door frame that could bounce back on you, maybe.
I mean possibly, but they didn't even check his body to see if he had
Oh, they
any of that.
didn't.
They did. They checked his hands for gun residue, which
Gunshot
he did.
residue.
Yeah, which he did have, even after he washed his hands and showered. And you said where was the blood from where he hosed himself off? This was in the chat.
Uh-huh.
The blood was in the blood was with all the damn blood where he killed his family, and in those
There'd be
puddles,
water and blood with that, though.
there was puddles of water.
Uh, I'll just say this. I think the defense did a great job. They very much put reasonable doubt in my head, and I'm not the only one. So that's
And I
for
think you're right.
me.
I disagree that the defense did a great job because everybody they got up there to testify, the prosecutors hammered them down like you got paid $8,000 basically to lie. They got paid $8,000 to lie. They proved where Paul was shot. They proved how he was shot. His face
You think
wouldn't
he
have
was
been moved.
shot inside? You think he was shot inside of the kennel?
I I do. I think he was probably shot, if not right inside, right there at the doorway. I do think so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but since these people go hunting all the time, I mean, we
All the
now
time.
at this point, all of us could get. There is reasonable doubt, Christy. That's why it's going to be a hung jury. But I think all of us could go hog hunting right now and be okay. If you've watched this trial, you're a hog hunter.
Yeah. Yeah. There were so many. They had so many guns, and that town is the whole town is like a. I'm just gonna say it's like a white privileged. What's it called? Locally owned. Everything there's like locally owned.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes, this is
So
my town, and I can tell you right now, my friend opened. Hey, Holden, opened a shop. Okay, and so we have a very prominent family. We have a few of them, but so she opened this shop, and I wanted her to take this other building that was a lot bigger. Okay, and she's like, I can't really afford it, so I'm going to go with the other one. So the prominent owner of the shop that she's renting the building from, anyway, she's renting it from the prominent guy. The guy from the other shop that was twice as big said, "Look, we really want a shop like yours on in this area. We will come down on the price." My friend said, "I've already told so and so that I will rent from them, and I don't want the repercussions of backing out of a deal." That's how these families work. If she
yep.
had said no, thank you, her business would have failed before she even got it opened.
The town I live in is a lot like that. Like everything's old money.
Yep.
A lot of most places here are either locally owned if it's not a corporation. So okay, so what's the motive?
I honestly, I think the motive was there. I think there was two motives. He killed two birds, one stone. He was sick of
Well,
the boat.
why would he kill Maggie?
I look. I think the way that she was killed, deep down, I think he hated her. I know
See,
everybody.
I saw it as he loved her so much.
That's the way they're portraying it. But do you shoot somebody you love so much? one leg, then the other leg, then the, I mean,
No,
damn.
the other shooter did it.
Uh,
I mean, hey, both of the forensic guys said they cannot rule out two shooters.
Unbothered that
And
you say she left him, but there's absolutely zero proof that
yeah,
she left him. And I've seen no proof of this forensic lawyer that she supposedly hired either. I haven't seen the proof of that. Maybe it's out there and I missed it, but I think I think he had a strong dislike for her, but he, like someone said, his house of cards was crumbling, and he thought, "How do I change this town's opinion
and
of me?"
murder was what he came up with. But okay, here's another thing. I don't remember how many feet apart the bodies were, but you'd have to be real quick, right? Like I'm saying, for her not to be able to run a further distance, because what it looks like is like Pawpaw was at one end of the kennel and Maggie was at the other end of the kennel. So you'd have to shoot him real fast, drop the gun, pick up the other one, just because she would hear that shotgun blast boot like right away, and
Oh yeah.
I would think your feet would just fucking hit the ground and start running. So she didn't get very far, if at all.
Well,
So
how far could you get once you shot? Because I think he. This is what I think. I think he probably thought the first shot would kill Paul. It didn't, so he went for the head. I think he
she was
had.
going towards Paul. Is that
Yeah,
true?
yes, she was running towards her.
Oh, that makes a huge difference. Okay, see, I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah. But in my non-expert opinion, I think he had a sling on the gun where he had it strapped to him. You know, he had a strap on there,
Uh huh. Uh
had the
huh.
shotgun, dropped the shotgun, and then used the other because he thought, I'm going to use two guns. And the reason that we don't know that for sure, unbothered, but what we do know is he lured them there.
Sort of.
Sort of.
Where was Pawpaw not supposed to be home
No,
that weekend? How
no.
come he came back? I heard why Maggie came back.
He came back because he said, "Look, Paul, we got to get on these sunflowers. Come on, we got to get on these
Oh, the
sunflowers."
sunflowers. Oh shit. Okay, I didn't know that was why he was there. I thought
Because
he
this poor
lived on the
CM,
property.
and this poor CM fella, who I was waiting for him to get on the stand because he's been called an idiot, he's been called a dummy, worthless, all this time because he accidentally sprayed their sunflowers and killed them. Um,
He needed to go defend his honor.
yes,
See, that's the thing with this trial. Like, I started late and I watched the Netflix documentary, I watched the body cam footage, but there's so many different aspects of it. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to learn about Pawpaw. I'm going to learn about Maggie and just go down the storylines. So I've missed things along the way while watching the trial, which John Marvin, I thought, was very convincing.
excellent,
He
best.
seemed heartfelt.
Yeah. Most honest witness on that stand. I didn't hear him say anything. I mean, he's like, yeah, they held hands, they were in love. But you know what? That doesn't mean anything these days. No, he did call him Paul, Warrior Grandma. There has been people, if you watch some of the, oh my goodness, some of the, what is that one? There's one I love that is so good, y'all. It's called
It's a podcast.
yeah, it's like a podcast. It's victims for the victims, or what is that?
Survivors for the. Is it
Yes,
that one?
yes. Surviving
Survivors
the
for the
survivors.
survive. Yes, yes.
Surviving the survivors. And there's people from the Hay Wildflower from that town that said, yeah, he called him Paul, and he called her Mags. But I have nicknames for my kids too. But there's times I want to
They
choke them out.
all have nicknames over there. They all got a nickname.
Yeah,
Alec, Busta,
Paw Paw, Mags.
Roro.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, my none of my kids are called by their names. None of them. We call
Yeah.
my son Chuck. His name ain't Chuck. His name ain't Charlie.
The South up there is so weird. Like I thought, like we were Southern down here, but they are like a whole different kind of Southern.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Even their dialect and how they speak. Everybody talks that way. Like the lawyers talk that way. The judge talks that way. I don't
Yeah,
know.
oh yeah. Hey, Maud. Well, would they no, he didn't when talking to Sled. And I think he overdid it with the Paw Paw, but he did call him Paw Paw some. They and his uncle called him Rooster. But you could tell how close him and his uncle were. I think that they should have started with the uncle and then brought him back up for no other reason than to let's just hammer this home that because this is what I don't like. I love you unbothered. Um I don't like the assassination of Paul's character, and I know what people are about to say. It don't come from me for this because we've seen the documentary
I
on
agree
Netflix.
with you.
Yeah, they've assassinated his character. They poor Buster. They've got him down as a murderer
And
when
a
there's
gay man.
and a gay man. Yes, when his fiance's been there every day. Right, Charlie. That's why he did two guns. But yeah, I don't like that. Like yesterday at the courthouse, they're like, "Why'd you kill Stephen Smith?" Like I mean,
Oh,
come
they
on.
did?
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
But according to Surviving the Survivors, there's evidence that we don't know about in that case that's about to come out. So we'll see. But
Yeah. Do you think Maggie killed was her name Olivia? What was her name? Olivia?
it wasn't Olivia, but I don't think I okay, so no, I don't think I think that was a freak accident. I really do. And
Hmm.
they're gonna exhume her body and I think it's gonna prove that was a freak accident. But I do think once again, Alec lied. One, he wasn't there when it happened. And two,
Mm-mm.
Gloria, thank you, April. Two, he said, yeah,
Gloria.
she looked at me and said I fell over the dogs. Then she slipped into a coma to never be woke again. What? He's such a liar. He
He is. He's a lot. He's a lot of things. He's a liar. He's a thief. He's an addict. He's a everything. I'm just on the fence. Don't come for me on him being a murder. Only because of the reasonable doubt.
there
And
is
like the shirt. Where's the shirt? Where's the shirt? The blue shirt, the blue jacket, shirt, jacket, shirt, jacket. Like they kept bringing that up, but never proved anything about the jacket or the shirt.
and I'm gonna bet dollars to donuts on those 1,700 acres. They never scoured to see if there was a shirt burned, a burn pile where they could have found remnants of that shirt.
Well, that they should have been flying drones over it like that one guy did.
Yeah, and he caught them removing guns out of the house.
And they didn't even bring that up at trial.
No. Yeah, they need to check the swamp. There's they have a whole ass pond or three on that land. Um
1,700 acres is a lot of land. That's a lot. I didn't know it was that big.
yeah. That by the way, got he stole it. Basically, he got it from one of his people that he represented that couldn't pay him even though he kept their settlement and he got Moselle for $1.
No way.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
I'm telling you,
Dang.
this man lived on top of the world, even though he wants to get up there. First of all, I do believe he was addicted to pills. Do I think he was taking 1,000 milligrams a day? No,
Absolutely not.
No.
Mm-mm.
He is dirty, Samara. He is, and I don't want to see him in federal prison for stealing money from his law firm. I want to see him in a dirty ass, dirty prison for the rest of his sorry ass, privileged life.
I listen to like the jailhouse phone calls, and he's in jail even swindling money.
Yeah. He's like, I won 2 beef sticks today,
Yeah,
buddy.
I got 4 cans of soup.
Yeah. Why
He
does
is, and then he
everybody
had. Oh, sorry.
Holden, I don't know. The name of our place is White Trash with Class. That's the name of it. I don't know why we name it, but we do.
But he also was having John Marvin's wife. I don't know why the wife had to do it, like putting money on another guy's books so he could get the money from the guy. Because, you can only put, I guess, so much on your commissary or whatever. He kept calling it a canteen. And
Hmm.
I guess he exceeded the amount. So he was having her put money on this other guy's stuff, and the guy would just give it to him.
Oh, Soup
So
Can
see,
Sam.
he was
Right.
transferring money around, telling them he was giving them orders from prison on like what to do with the stuff they were having liquidated, how to get stuff off the property, so the families that were suing him couldn't get certain things. He's definitely a hustler and a liar and a thief.
And a family annihilator.
Possibly.
Right, Shamat. He would never poop again. They're not even bringing into account the fact that you are plugged up when you're on pills.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Bad manners, a good wood burnt sign, and everything. Gotta. What happened to his friend that shot him? He's in. He said, "Excuse
Oh,
me,
cousin Eddie.
cousin Eddie's in freaking jail because he broke probation, making meth. Damn it!
Have they brought him on the stand? Because I heard one of the, I think it was defense lawyers, or maybe it was the prosecution. I can't remember. They're like, I cannot wait to get him on the stand because his story has changed like 50 times. Eddie.
No, no, they
Dang.
haven't, and I don't think they're going to. I don't think they're gonna. No, it's too late. I mean, they're already giving their arguments. Um, cousin Eddie would be a terrible witness because he's so pissed off. He's so mad at Alex. He'd be like, matter of fact, I was there and I saw him kill him. I saw him.
Yeah.
Because he was trying to set cousin Eddie up to look like the murderer.
Oh, were they? I knew
Yeah.
that he, was kind of set up with the whole shooting him in the head.
Yeah. But Eddie comes out like after they arrested cousin Eddie because stupid ass Paul confesses to what he did. And Eddie's been in jail all night long. They bring him into court and his hair's standing straight up. He looks like a mad son of a bitch. He's like,
Oh,
poor Eddie. And Eddie, he's got all these titanium rods in his back and stuff. And he's still out hustling and trying to, sell little drugs on the side, whatever, whatever. Feed some cows. Poor Eddie.
there's always one in the family
Always.
somewhere.
Always. Cousin Eddie's gonna know a lot because I bet you anything he sat out there and bitched about Paul, bitched about them all to cousin Eddie because the cousin Eddie be like, "Yup, mm-hmm." This has been. I hate that it's off the backs of people that were killed, but this has been one of the best trials
It is.
in a long since the Jodi Arias, in my opinion.
It's really
Like there was
good.
200 and something thousand people watching Law and Crime today, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, and then Emily D. Baker's been over there killing it too.
Yeah.
She had like
Yeah,
48,000 in her chat one day when I was watching her. It's
he's from the poor
insane.
family. He's from the poor part of the family. Oh yeah, definitely Maud. And see, they don't even call him Cousin Eddie. Cousin Eddie won't even admit on camera to being related to him now. He's like, oh no, I'm not a Murdaugh. No. But and there was one part of the trial where he when he said, "Are you a family annihilator?" and Alec looks at him like, I mean, just the death glare. It's crazy.
From Cousin Eddie or
No,
Alec?
he was ask Alec. Alec was staring at the prosecutor like, if I had a gun right now, I would hog
Hmm.
hunt you.
Well, that's what I was saying yesterday to someone. I was like, he's just got a not likable face. He's
Hmm.
always got like those mad eyes. Like his brow's always down. You know?
Yeah. I can't get through it because I get so mad at Daryl Brooks. I just get so mad. Object, object, object. Here's the thing, Holden.
That was
If
a good case.
yeah, I mean, we knew he was guilty going in. Like, just go and let this idiot defend himself. You're going to prison, pal.
He made it interesting, to say the least.
the Holden, if the jury takes a long time, hey, Crime Canary, if the jury takes a long time, then that's going to be a hung trial. If they come back pretty quick, that's going to be guilty. That's my opinion, and that's usually the way it goes. They can all get in there and vote. Now they have this new juror they don't know, and they're all in there talking shit about the new guy because it's a man, and they're like, and he's going to be like, where the hell's my eggs? Because one of the jurors brought eggs for everybody today. It's so sad. Oh, Starlight fell out. And did you? They do have a lot of evidence to go through. This is, I don't know. This is crazy. Starlight, thanks for coming up. That was fun. It's fun, a fun disagreement. I love trying to convince everyone that two people went there to kill them without taking guns and without taking ammunition. They had to borrow some from the Murdaughs. Mm-hmm. Oh, I hated that SOB, but the judge was a saint and so thorough. Loved watching her handle him. Oh, yes, yes, yes. I don't see how she did it. I don't. But I love this judge. He was so kind and graceful to to the juror that broke the rules because she could have got charges. I have questions maybe after the okay, that'll be fun. Family thinks no one he admitted to being there. I wonder too, Holden. I wonder what they're thinking. I wonder if right, Jamie, if deep down somewhere they think he's guilty, but they may not. Low class Dallas, I can't help it. She talked to three different people about the case, and that would suck. That would just suck getting caught. And I think her ex husband that he was mentioned. I maybe she mentioned it to him, and he snitched her out. But because it would be hard to not talk about the case. They're not sequestered. Um, and you've put all this time in to the case, and these people, you make nickels on a jury. They're missing work for this, and work does not have to pay you. Reverend, but dang, I know so many families like that in Georgia and Louisiana. Well, I do think that they wanted to live kind of like, I think he thought he was the J.R. Ewing of South Carolina. That's what I think. When the truth of the matter is, you don't want to be JR. You want to be Jock. That's who you strive to be, not JR. JR was always a clown, if you really get down to it. They always made JR into the clown. The reason I know this is because we're watching Dallas for the umpteenth time on Freebie. It is true. It's a bit of a stick it to him for me. I got you, Maud. I got you. Well, look, whichever way you slice this, he's never going to be poor because he comes from money, old money. There's money. And his family, even if he goes to prison, they're going to make sure that he has, hey, Olivia, um, the best of the ramen. You know, he's going to have beef sticks till he can't take anymore. Um, it's my opinion. I was called for a federal trial. I made it through 2 levels and then glare to the defendant. I didn't want to be there. It worked. Oh, I have been called for jury duty 4 times. 4 or 5. Once I went top shelf ramen. And the other times I had to get out of it because I had to work. And all you have to do is get your work to say they can't do without you, and they'll let you off. He's a ruthless killer scumbag, but unlikely my emotions at the door and thinking like a juror. I'm not 100% convinced. I think that's convinced. Therefore, I cannot say guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. I am 100% convinced. I am. Just look, when you have nothing to hide, you hide nothing. And he came straight off the bat hiding the fact that he was there. Yeah. The Snapchat video, if they had not got into Paul's phone, I don't think that he would have ever been convicted. Yes, me too, Maud. That's what convinced me. He lied right off, and he didn't start lying when he lied about when he lied. He didn't start lying when he got in the cop car and they asked him about his relationship with Maggie. He started lying to the cops as soon as they got to the crime scene. Where have you been? Oh, my mom's in late stage Alzheimer's, and I was over there. Oh yes, Holden. Hey, Destiny, completely planned out. Um, yeah, he lied on the 911 call, and they keep pointing this out. But and anybody that goes into great detail, pathological liar. But he is a lawyer. No offense to the lawyers, but it's kind of a license to lie. If he had just said that's a big right. He could have just said, I was out here getting a chicken out of Bubba's mouth and I went to visit my mom and seconds later, boom. I don't know, but no. Over explaining. Yes. Absolutely. He's a liar McLiarton. And in my opinion, he killed his family. So we'll just have to wait and see. And some people are saying we'll have a verdict by tomorrow or Saturday. I'm excited. The lawyer today, in my opinion, is not doing a very good job. But the brother loved the family. And the 2-shooter theory. That's just a theory. That's what it is. And Where's where's the proof? There is none. Why would the second shooter use a gun belonging to the people there? Oh, I don't. Hello, Starlight. I think he's as much of a narcissist that he thought he could do it and get away with it and never look back. I think he thought, my family's so predominant, I can do this. They'll never think I did it because I'm a Murdaugh, and they're not going to worry about any of the money I stole because I'm going to be grieving over my wife, my son, and 2 days later, my daddy. Yeah. Oh, for sure, Maud. Um, and you know what? He probably in his mind thought, I'm doing them a favor. I'm doing Paul a favor. He don't need to go through this life with this boat wreck and this killing Mallory on his conscience. I'm doing him a favor. Yeah, Samara, he had no choice but to do it himself, because anyone else would, they would have broke down. They would have told. He couldn't let anyone else know. She was definitely lured there. Her sister even testified to it. Um, her sister said, I encouraged her to go, and she cried because she did that. Right. Cousin Eddie wasn't an option. He would have sang like a canary. Anybody would have sang just to not do life in prison. But, and y'all remember this, South Carolina is a death penalty state. And he may get a conviction because they didn't go for the death penalty. She does. And Holden, isn't she beautiful? She's like in her 60s. And I thought, what a graceful, beautiful woman. I mean, talk about aging gracefully. She's gorgeous. I thought she was beautiful. You saw my thumbnail. A good old country boy. That's what he's trying. 2 cents. He got caught in a lie and blamed it on paranoia due to drug addiction. Try that defense if you're black. Try that defense if you're white. 2 cents. It don't matter what color you are. That's a stupid ass damn defense. Me either, Holden. I'm nothing like her. Hey, Cassandra. Good to see you. Very good to see you. Hey, Brantley. Yes. They both come from great families. I got laser treatment yesterday. I looked like a shiny tomato. Well, she probably got some laser treatments. They've got money, but I just think she's beautiful. Just beautiful. I don't know. I think that there's so many, like, who's going to be there for the suitcase trial? And I keep calling it that, but the Sarah Boone. I hope y'all hear. Madonna should have taken a page out of. Oh my gosh, Madonna. I mean, I guess when you're Madonna, you get to look however you want to look, but damn. Oh, Madge. She's like, I'll look better when. Um, I think it's this month. Yes, me too, Tara. I can't wait. Come on now. Did anyone expect her to age gracefully? She's Madonna, y'all. No, I didn't expect her to age gracefully. I didn't, but I also didn't expect her to completely change the way she looks. Even Madonna's not above mistakes. Yeah, but mistakes you can't take back. Mistakes that are huge. I look better when the swelling goes down. No, Stitchy Girl, she's never been normal, and I love her, and I respect her decision, but I just, I don't know. Looks like a puppet guy in horror films. You can't stand Madonna? Oh, I believe that Madonna paved the way for a lot of people. Lil Kim ruined herself, Brantley, and she was beautiful. And she's young. She was young when she started ruining her face. Maggie's dad was involved in some of Alex's shadiness. Really? I was taken aback when I saw her. I know. They showed on Bravo last night. She is dating one of the guys from Summer House. I don't even know what. Yes, Joy Lane. I agree. Or Cher Surgeon. I've never seen Summer House on a certain trend. I can't remember what the style is called, but it's a look. Um, like the cat lady, that cat lady. I'm hoping, and I know that someone came on panel and said no, it's not fillers, but the egg juror that was bounced. What do I think? I think that how humiliating. And I was really afraid, absolutely smart, that there would be a mistrial. But this judge, he ain't having a mistrial. Get up on the stand and run her mouth again. Yes. She's gonna want to defend herself. Can I get my Dr. Pepper and my cigarettes? I'm really, really cotton mouthed. We know, sister. We know. All right, y'all. It's 11:20, and I gotta go. Thank y'all so much for coming and running your mouths with me. I love it. Starlight, we will debate soon because I love that crap. And I'll see y'all soon. I appreciate y'all. Oh, I agree, Joy Lane. Priscilla. Mm-mm-mm. All right, y'all. See y'all soon.